How effective is the combination of your main product and ancillary text?
Overall, we thought our main product and ancillary text linked together very well.
I think the first feature we see from all three of our products is that the photos all match the same. So on the digipack, it is a direct photo of the main artists, which relates back to the whole concept behind the advert and the digipack, which is like the gel kind of feature. So we have like the height chart behind her and the board holding up like what crime she's committed, and so everything as if it's like she's been arrested for something. So I think that links the advert and the digipack together quite well.
There's a nice line of consistency through our products, especially the digipack and advert, because you have that visual relation with her in the police chart, and also we could relate that to, or it does relate to the main product, because although we don't have a prison scene in the video, people can assume that she might have been caught after her illegal activities.
Yeah, like it leads on to it because of all the crimes she's committed throughout the video.
I also like how all three of our products, the digipack, the advert and the music video, represent one clear image of the artist.
Yeah.
Which is obviously the complete opposite of the typical pop princess, which is more of a pop punkish kind of thing.
Yeah, I think most pop princesses come across as like very princessy and very innocent. So like for example like Katy Perry, she comes across that piercing like teenage girls.
Bubblegum pop, isn't it?
Yeah, as in like with Miley Lee, she's very against it. So she's kind of relates to like Pink to an extent, because she's quite rugged and quite against the law, but at the same time she's got kind of like this kind of down to earth feel about her, which kind of appeals to everybody, all her target audience. So it appeals to like 16, 17-year-old girls because they kind of look up to her as like this cool kid, but at the same time it appeals to like older people and especially men because of the male gaze, because throughout the video she always commits crimes that kind of
underlying tones of voyeurism and things like that.
Yeah, I think Fraud's voyeurism, as you said, is highlighted throughout our main product because she's constantly like getting changed on this like kind of reel of events.
Yeah.
So
and it makes it very realistic, actually, doesn't it?
Exactly. It's like people watching her around her, so she's doing it in public places as well, so it does make it really realistic.
It makes it better to watch as well. It's more appealing sort of audience.
Well, we appeal to both sides of the den, don't we?
Yeah,
which is a good thing, and we wanted to target the pop genre as a whole, as opposed to kind of targeting a very specific part of the genre. Say like Pink does, although she appeals to the pop genre and she is a part of it, she also appeals to the kind of punk and rock subgenres of that as well.
I think she has like the certain star image about her as well, like because she comes across this rugged, like badass kind of girl, so she kind of creates a star image for herself. But really, the morely shown in the digipack, where like we have like in the inlays we have like behind the scenes shots, so we have like scenes of her like getting ready and scenes of her just like being silly on set and like with other co-workers and things like that. So I think although she's created this image for her in the main product, so like being like really rebellious and really like outgoing, like
also
the actual
more personal.
Yeah, exactly. So like, in the inlays we kind of see what she's actually really like, and you can see like from some of the photos and her facial expressions that she's quite fun and quite relaxed sort of person, so it kind of gives them a more of an insight. It's kind of something extra for the fans,
and that makes our product more special, actually, I think, especially with the special thanks and with our special disc, our special tour edition, which includes behind the scenes footage.
I think the special disc also relates it directly back to the advert, because in the advert we also have the mention of the special edition in the top corner, and we also because we've used another photo from a height chart as if she's been arrested, which again relates it directly back to the digipack because it's very similar, both in the same photo shoot. So although they're different photos, you can easily identify that they're both the same person. So I think with the board as well, it says special edition, so that also shows that they have more of an insight. It's more like an extra for them, and that they won't get it anywhere else.
And even if you took away all the extra text and the images and things, you'd know that was from that video or that album cover you've seen.
Exactly. I think the image, as I said, the star image, she does have that look about her. So she keeps up this kind of idea of being quite badass instead of just giving it out.
But it contrasts as well between good and sort of evil, good and bad.
Yeah.
So.
Which also relates to our main product, because our main product is all about her going out and being horrible, but at the same time we see her getting ready and going to work dressed properly.
She's got that hedonistic lifestyle.
Yeah.
But at the same time she's as relatable as anyone else getting ready for work in the morning
Exactly.
and going out having fun, that sort of thing.
So I think all three of our products, so the main video, the digipack and the advert, all show the two different sides of her, because we see her serious, but at the same time we do see that kind of soft and nice side, normal side to her.
So she connects with her target audience as well as sort of showing off her
Exactly.
bad side.
Yeah.
sort of thing.
I think what does make it personal is the fact that it kind of relates to both sides. So not only she's a girl and you personally relate to a girl, because of the male gaze as well, it kind of relates to the male. And with the CDs, obviously the official CD is
It's
blue. And then the special edition tour edition is pink. So again, it's not all girly, and it's a poker scene, and to be honest, stereotypically boys play poker.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
very
think that
dominated.
ending,
But it just shows how she challenges these stereotypical
Yeah,
views of
exactly.
the
challenges
plot.
conventions. of
but it
pop.
also relates to the main video, because the main video, if you notice, she's the only girl playing against three other boys.
Yeah.
So that kind of relates it back to the whole kind of going against stereotypes and things like that, and shows us this different
I
type
mean,
of
for
artist.
even our discs, we have kind of like the blue side, which is the male side, and the pink side, which is the female side.
Exactly. So we have this like kind of stereotypical view, but at the same time she kind of goes against
Yeah,
that.
she challenges
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. As well, I think with the main video, the locations kind of make it more realistic as well. Like obviously she's getting rid of a house, and you can see that it is an actual bedroom. And
Yeah.
like
She's not anyone like anyone else. She's an ordinary person.
Could
Exactly.
be, yeah, it could be anyone else, any
And, like,
other person.
they're filming outside, and the bar scenes, like they're actual bars and they're actual, housing and stuff. So you kind of relate to it, because it's like such a common. It's so easy just
Yeah.
to think she's from down the road.
And I
really.
think that makes our video not only special but better.
Yeah.
As it's got that sense of realism, and
Connect
people can
with
relate
everyone.
to that.
I think we also kind of like have like because of all the different platforms, we appeal to such a mass audience, because it's pop genre,
Yeah.
and pop is obviously popular music, and because of all the charts and all the Billboard charts and like everything out there nowadays, like I think
It's go-to music, isn't it?
yeah. So I think
Click on iTunes or Amazon or something, you're going to see pop genre wherever
exactly.
you go.
So I think we've kind of kept it all like quite similar all together. So that's why it's so appealing. As like on our advert, we actually do have the HMV, Amazon, and iTunes at the bottom, because they're like the three main kind of companies in which our target audience will buy the
Yeah.
music.
It's the
and
same with
CDs.
that. It's the same with the social media
I-
links that we've put on the.
I don't think I've bought a CD anywhere else other than HMV,
No,
to be
exactly.
honest.
Obviously, books. Amazon's one that sells books
Oh,
and
yeah.
sells everything. So it's such like a wide
Well,
audience.
they're digital platforms, and obviously with the internet and popularity of social media sites, kids and members of our target audience are going to want to see her on that platform. And I think we've provided that.
I think with iTunes as well, the mass population now own iPhones. So
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
like a really good target, because it will, like boys and girls between the ages of 13 and 21 will have like some sort of
Guaranteed,
smartphone.
yeah.
So
And we've appealed to them as well, especially because we've added a QR code in the bottom left of our poster,
yeah.
where they can scan it and it goes straight to her Facebook page. And 9 out of 10 times we can guarantee that our target audience members are going to have a Facebook page or a
Exactly.
Twitter or Instagram, as we've
Yeah.
linked below.
Yeah, I think another thing with all of them is the colour scheme, because our advert is very pink and white,
Yeah,
but that the pink is exactly the same as the one on the digipack.
Hmm.
And although we do have a bit of the blue in the digipack and other writing, and we've also added the white as well, it kind of just syncs it all together. And obviously she's a girl at the end of the day, and we do want to kind of portray that sex appeal, so
Yeah.
the baby pink kind of gives that kind of like nice little soft feel to it at the same time.
It's like sort of playful in a way. It's like she's sort of it gives very like playful.
Yeah.
I don't know what word to give.
She seems quite, because if you look at her, she's quite stern, but if you look at the colours, it's kind of like a very girly, soft.
It contrasts quite a lot.
it has many connotations to the female genre, female gender, but also the pop genre. She has on the digipack, she has red lipstick, which has connotations of love and passion, and those are main conventions in pop genre.
Exactly.
And I think we've challenged that, which makes our products more effective.
Yeah. I think as well with the actual track, actual album itself, it's called Code of Conduct. So I think that kind of relates to the song called Bad Habits and everything that happens inside. So obviously the Code of Conduct relates to the whole jail scene, and Bad Habits relates to this sort of the actual main product, which is like her, having these habits of going out and conning men and being this con artist that she is. So I think the kind of names of everything all kind of sync together.
Yeah.
And the font also, which is chosen by Kieran, after much discussion, kind of relates. It's kind of like a high school kind of jail type.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of
It's like the type of font you'd see on a jail wall, like a stencil type
Yeah.
thing, like prison wall
Exactly.
70 or something like that.
Yeah, and I think also the bubble writing at the front of the digipack also gives that kind of girly feel to it again.
Yeah.
So
Almost like signature swirly, flourishing type things.
exactly.
So really they relate to both sides of our attitude.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think the names of all the songs, because there's 11 songs on the back of the digipack, I think all the names kind of again relate to like the whole idea of jail, even though it's not, as Kieran said, it's not in the music video. We just assume that she gets caught for it. So I think all the names, such as like Mutiny and No Need for Words, kind of all just relate to her and like her bad side.
Yeah.
But I think that provides a message as well to audience. Although she's doing all these bad things for hedonistic reasons, you will get caught for it. It's showing that her target audience, which would be young adults, teenagers, that they're going to get caught if they do something like this. So it sort of provides a message.
Morally right
It's
as
just
well.
immoral.
Yeah.
And that links with the star image we've created with her. Like as you said, we've had both sides of her, the good side and the bad side, the illegal side, which relates to all the track names on our digipack.
Yeah. After research, we found that the most popular track goes second. So Kieran, being creator of the digipack, put it second just to kind of keep in line with the other pop artists. So that although we do contrast most of the pop princes out there, there's still conventions that we use.
It's very recognisably a pop product.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the consistency through all of our products, I think people will easily recognise that.
As well as on the digipack, although the front of it says that we have, you know, the smash hits and we have that special tour edition and different colour CDs, we also say on the back the bonus track, so we put that in different colour font completely, just to make it stand out, to make them reassure them that this is an extra and it is a digipack and it's not just a CD, and that they are getting what the
And it's the type of thing you'd see anyway.
Yeah,
other artists have bonus tracks and things like that.
Yeah, but I think we do appeal to our audience really well through all three of them, just because we've related them all together and we've shown them on different platforms, so they're available on like businesses like conglomerates that they would buy the items from, and as well as like giving them the two insights, we give it the horrible Miley kind of badass sort of thing, but then at the same time if they buy the digipack and get the special tour,
you see that extra more intimate side, don't you?
Exactly.
And you wouldn't necessarily, although there are some aspects of the video that show that's like her getting ready for work, you wouldn't necessarily always see that in a pop product video.
Exactly.
But you would do in a digipack or something like that.
I do think we fall down in our music video. Because although after obviously we've done lots of planning and research before creating our own music video, we found that most of pop videos kind of focus in more on the performance side instead of the narrative side.
Yeah.
I think about 70 or 80% of it is usually performance somewhat.
And we want to challenge that because we're trying to create that star image for our
we wanted
artists.
to make like the views of our image the most, like the views of our like artist the main feature. So we go against that, and we have mentioned that we do go against the fact that there should be more performance, we use more narrative instead.
Yeah.
But that's just the way we've kind of portrayed her really, and without that I don't think she'd be...
Wouldn't be as special, would it?
No.
Because a lot of pop videos you see these days, you've got these beautiful women dancing and singing along, and they have their own dance routines and things. And although that provides a repeatability factor that their audience members can repeat, this is an unforgettable video. I mean, how many videos do you see of a good-looking girl playing poker with a bunch of guys?
Exactly. And it's something that we challenge.
It's very identifiable.
Yeah. I think we have done really well at advertising it as well, because I think obviously our poster does relate directly back, and it is a very well out professional poster. But I think as well with the video getting a fair bit of views on the internet, YouTube has helped us so much with advertising. YouTube has kind of like bumped us up a load, because obviously people go on there and you can find anywhere, you search pop video on YouTube and you'll get thousands. So I think ours being on there does kind of expand our audience and the accessibility they have of it.
And also, internet being a platform for media to be produced on anyway, you can link them string them along from site to site. So although we have our main product on YouTube, that can then be linked to on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or anything really.
Yeah. From which we do have a Miley Facebook page.
Yeah, we do.
We've got pretty much every social platform: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
so we've
SoundCloud,
Wix. We've created a complete platform for her, so that all different whoever the audience is, they can access from all different kind of platforms wherever they wish to.